Welcome back to the Forensics Detailing channel. Today we are doing a very important video, and that is what is detailing's most glossy product, the search for the holy grail of gloss. We have taken 12 products that have either done really well in their comparative gloss tests, or I've got a special interest in them. You know, so they're a combination of ones which I know to be glossy or ones I'm interested in. And I'm trying to do as many different formats of products through, from paste waxes, spray sealants, SiO2 sealants, acrylic sealants, ceramic coatings, graphene, all that sort of stuff. So let's go through the lineup. First of all, we have Adam's spray coating. This is not a water-based product, I think. This is a lightweight ceramic almost. Beadmaker, which is kind of like a spray sealant paintwork protection product, you know all about Beadmaker. Next, Griots Best of Show spray wax, which I think more of a traditional spray wax. Carpro Lite, which is a sort of ceramic coating but without quite the same level of solids as a full-blown ceramic coating. Bouncer's Done and Dusted SiO2 detail spray. Gyeon Quick Detailer, which is SiO2 based as well. Chemical Guys Jetseal, which is a polymer sealant. I believe it might be an acrylic. Don't know about that, it just feels like an acrylic to me. ArtDeShine Graphene coating, we talked about recently on the channel. Premium Scholl Concepts Vintage Wax, which was the glossiest product in the PVD Pro Detailers mega test we did many years ago. We tested a lot of paste wax. TAC Systems Shinee Wax, really glossy detail spray that I wanted to get in this comparative test. Turtle Wax ceramic spray coating, so it's a water-based ceramic SiO2 spray that I believe did really well in the gloss side. And finally, Autoglym UHD Wax, a paste wax, which I just wanted to put in the test because I was interested. It was a good benchmark for me. It's a great looking wax out there, and Autoglym's original HD wax came about 4th in that mega test. This was supposed to be glossier, so it should be right up there. Okay, that is the lineup. So what are we actually measuring in this test, guys? Well, if you follow the channel, you'll have seen my automotive test plates that have got, you know, painted by a body shop with base coat and clear coat on top, just like this, a car. We prepped them back with a pure polish to remove any remnants of old products and give us a consistent amount of gloss, or as consistent as we can get when we start. We then separate each test panel off into 3 sections to allow us to do 12 products, and we take pre-application, so in other words before we apply these products, we measure the gloss of 3 different areas on the panel and we mark off where we do it. So we use that as an edge and that as an edge. We take our reading, and we are using a Gyeon photometer. Here you can see this is the RowPoint IQ Gyeon photometer, which takes a whole, I can measure a whole load of spectral kind of reflectance readings. Rick, which is like orange peel, haze, so how hazy a panel is, and 2 particular things that we were interested in: 20-degree gloss and R-spec. So there, R-spec is a measurement of gloss which is sensitive to fine surface texture. It's a very precise kind of bandwidth rather than using the full bandwidth of the light that's shone down there. Important to also state that our test panels here that we're using, as you can probably see, are roughly around over 80 gloss units to start with, which is high gloss. That's relevant. So we're doing all this testing on high gloss panels. After we've taken all our pre-readings, 3 pre-readings per product, we then apply the products as per instructions using separate applicators, the same, and a whole pile of microfiber cloths so we don't cross-contaminate, you know, buff one wet product with another microfiber and mess it all up. So we try not to cross-contaminate. And I am now, after we've buffed the products, we will wait overnight for the next day before we go and take the gloss readings, and that will allow all the products to fully cure. Then what we do, we have 3 pre-application readings, 3 post-application readings taken from the same spot, because we've marked off the location. And we have those 3 readings for gloss and R-spec. So it's a total of 6 pre-readings, 6 post-readings. We add up the values for all of the pre-readings to give us a number, which is almost like a total gloss number, if you like, but it's you know, it's just an arbitrary number, and then we compare that number to the post-reading numbers, and we take that away and see if we've got a positive or a negative number, and the product with the highest value, in other words, has incremented the most gloss on our spec over those 6 readings. Okay, so it's a decent way of doing it, this is, and what I'm going to do now is go through the results. Okay guys, so I'm going to go through the results. I'm just going to show you. So here's all the products here, and they're all listed all the way through here. So let's just take an example. The Adams product, which is one of the first ones we tested. So here is our 3 readings, pre-readings, and there's the 20-degree gloss readings, and there's the R spec readings there. We add up all 6 of those numbers to give us a pre-application arbitrary figure. Then after the application later on, the next day, we take the readings again, and we take away the post readings from the pre-readings and see what we get. Okay, so that's just to understand it, and I'm just going to scan through so you can actually see all my data here. So you can, if ever you want to have a look at this data, you can freeze the video. Okay, I've made some notes here because pre-gloss, if you have high pre-gloss, in other words, for the products applied, it's a lot higher than another section. That creates an unfairness. So that's things that we have to talk about later on. So here's some more. Where you see like T2, that means like the second test panel. So I've got 3 on test panel 1, 3 on test panel 2, 3 on 3, 3 on 4. It's important to record which test panel it was on. And then the last 2 products over here. I should have got it all on one page really, so it's easier to compare, or a spreadsheet. So they're circled because they're high pre-gloss readings, which is a problem. But it's not a problem, it's just part of testing. There's considerations. Now let's just go back and have a look at the list here, guys. So from 12th through to 1st with the highest numbers. So let's start down here at the bottom. Carpro Lite minus 17.5. Remember, that's over 6 readings of average. So you're probably talking about 2 or 3 gloss units less per reading. So it's not massive, the difference in all of these products, but anything with a minus has essentially lost gloss overall from the pre-application to the application, which, believe it or not, is possible and sometimes happens. There's a tipping point with gloss. After that, the ADS Graphene product was minus 8.5. After that, Bouncer's Done and Dusted SI was minus 5.7, with a note there that it had a high pre-gloss average. So if you look at most pre-gloss readings, so in other words, a total of all these, you're talking about 480, 490, 491, 491, suddenly 505. So that has 15 extra units of gloss over something else on that panel before it's applied. So that's why we've got to cover this sort of thing. After that was the Adams Ceramic Spray. After that was the Turtle Wax Spray with minus 1. Again, high pre-gloss readings. After that was the Autoglym UHD with 0. 0? No, the readings were different, very similar, but they balanced each other up and came to 0. But yeah, very high pre-gloss readings, which can affect its ability. Scholl Vintage Wax, 2.5 in the green, so added 2.5, not significant though. So these waxes performed pretty similar. Then we start getting into the products now. These top 5 have performed really, really well. Griots Boss Best of Show Detailer, this one here, has added 6 units added 6 units over the 6 readings. Beadmaker, which I know is a very glossy product from the tests I've done before, came in 4th, adding 9.1. In 3rd place came Jetseal which had an impressive, really impressive 11.2. I think it's an acrylic polymer. I'm interested in what the products are, whether they're waxes, spray waxes, you know, acrylics, ceramics. In second place, Gyeon Quick Detailer with 11.3. When I tested Gyeon Quick Detailer in a 5-way detailing shootout, it really won clearly with the gloss test. So I knew it was a good glossy product. It's done very well. Repeated it again. Strong performance in 2 tests is really, really good. So Gyeon Quick Detailer is a very, very, very glossy quick detailer. And pretty much in the same order was the TAC Systems Shinee Wax with 11.9. Very similar results between these 2 products. They're on different test panels. So if you look at, where are we? Where's Gyeon? Gyeon was on test panel 2 and had 492.1 pre-gloss. TAC Systems Shinee Wax was on T4 with 491.4 pre-gloss. So they virtually had identical pre-gloss. So what I conclude is both those products definitely shine up the panel, but the winner with the most gloss, and therefore the announced holy grail of gloss products that I've seen so far, is the TAC Systems Shinee Wax. We don't know how long that gloss lasts. This is really a test which is giving us the gloss on application. And there are some considerations with this test. Consideration number 1, lower base readings have an advantage. Panel T3, this one here with these 3 products, Jetseal, the Graphene and the Scholl Concepts Wax, they had the lowest pre-gloss readings on there, so they had an advantage. But funny enough, 2 of them just performed okay, or just didn't really do much. But the Jetseal did really well on the same panel with the same, well, it even had higher gloss, pre-gloss than the ArtDeShine Graphene, and lower than that. So, but it did well. What are the other considerations? Using different test plates creates a variable. You try and make them consistent, but you can't. You know, even if you had one long panel, you'd still be testing different things, which creates a variable. So there's always variables and problems with this. What other considerations? Oh, so that's what I just said. Comparing different panels creates the variable. The marking mechanism, marking up the position on the panel, means buffing is a little bit harder. So I try to just buff in circle, and I try to check that the area in the middle where I'm going to be, the machine's going there, I know I'm going to be reading there. I just sanity check it, get their angle right, and make sure there's no smudges and smears, and I've got a clean application, if you like. But those marker pens caused a little bit of problems with the buffing, so I had to just adjust my technique. Test panels are high gloss, 80 plus GU typically. Low gloss might give different results because you might be measuring more the ability to feel the imperfections which are causing the low gloss in the clear coat. Some summary data from what I've seen here. Waxes have performed average, so our 2 paste waxes were slap bang in the middle, so they weren't, the paste waxes weren't the exceptional gloss providers. The harder curing products like the lightweight ceramic and the ArtDeShine Graphene haven't performed, and even the Adams one to a certain extent. Yeah, not so much the Adams one, but the purer, harder setting, more durable products didn't perform well on gloss. And I bet I'd be interested to see if I put more ceramics in this, if I saw that same consistency of not as much gloss. And I think I've been testing products with gloss meters for about 4 years now. I would say that ceramics are not as glossy on application as you know, these liquid-based products and even waxes and stuff like that. You know, there's a bit more to that, but this test kind of supports that a little bit. Shinee Wax and Gyeon QD were the top performers, and they're liquid-based SiO2 sprays. Jetseal did very, very well, so that really performed well on the gloss, which was a nice surprise. And Beadmaker did quite well, which is a glossy product. So, in summary, guys, put in the comments what you think about this test. there are considerations with it. It's very hard to do all this. The more testing you can do with gloss, the better your results are. And really what you should do is when you spot inconsistencies with pre-gloss readings, you should try and level those out so it's a level playing field really, but then that can start becoming very, very time consuming. So the test is what it is, but 3 products had high pre-gloss readings, and those were that one, and that one, I believe. Yes, so you could argue those results aren't fair for those 3 products, because this one, for example, I know that looks great, that product. So do both of these paste. Sorry, not that one. That one didn't have the high pre-gloss. Both these products have performed well on gloss testing before, so the high pre-gloss has affected them. That is it, guys. Let us know what you think. Let us know what products you might like to see done in these gloss comparisons if you think you've got a really glossy product. The old detailing rule about really the physical gloss that you put into the clear coat is the thing which stays there forever, and it's the important thing. And if that physical gloss is high, you know, above 80, something like that, then detailing products will struggle to add gloss. They'll only add tiny amounts if they can, most of them. When you get to really heavily refined paintwork, up in the 90s, high 90s, you know, you polish the crap out of it, if you pardon my French, polish the hell out of it. The products cannot, in my opinion, add gloss. They are more protection products at that point. When your paintwork looks bad, these products can have a much more significant effect. You all know the old swirled up paint. You go and put a nice thick paste wax on it, makes it look good. So there's all sorts of discussions about that. But I thought this test might be useful, and hopefully I've covered all of the points. And the winner that is Shinee Wax. I'll stick all of these products, every single one of them, I'll try and find a link for in the description. But Shinee Wax by TAC Systems was the winner by a small margin. Thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, all that sort of stuff. And take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Holding on to what I knew, but the moment's gone. Where was I when you